Hi, my name is Susie. I'm a certified twin flame ascension coach, and today we're going to talk about 13 signs that somebody is your twin flame. These are real signs. They come from the teachings of union, and I'm really excited to share them with you today. I do want to preface this with many of these signs you're going to feel at different points on your journey, and a lot of them, to really know the truth about them, you're going to want to be doing your inner work. Right? So if you aren't doing your inner work, you haven't worked with the mirror exercise yet, you haven't really consulted a certified twin flame ascension coach who is an expert in doing this, I do recommend looking below so they can help you really evaluate these signs for yourself too, right? So now let's get into it. What are the signs somebody is your twin flame? Right? Signs you can feel really good and sure about. So the first one is super important. They're all important, but this is the foundation for a lot of them, right? And it's that your core values align, right? When you get to know yourself and you understand your core values as a human being, they will perfectly match your twin flame's core values as well. Now, I do want to talk just a touch more about this because your core values could be expressed differently, right, as twin flames. For example, if one of you has a core value of compassion, right, you might express that compassion by working with children or becoming a vegetarian or whatever, right? Maybe working and coaching people on their twin flame ascension journey. And your twin flame might do something different. And on a personality level, you might sit there and think, oh, but they're not really having the same behavior as me, so they must have a different core value. And that's not necessarily the case, right? You want to get really clear on why you do, what value is driving that, right? And that requires that journey of self-discovery to really get to know yourself there. Now that leads us to sign number 2. You can see my little list here. Sign number 2 is that when you are clear about your vision for life, right? Lessons you want to learn, the lifestyle you want to live, it is a perfect fit, complement, blend with your twin flame. Right? When you look at your visions for life, they make sense to put together, right? That is a strong twin flame sign. Okay. Number 3, when you get to know this person honestly, their true authentic self, right? Not their upsets, not their frustrations and the things they're working through, right? But when you just get to know their heart, you realize there's no other person for you except them, right? And that just becomes abundantly more and more clear for you as you get to know the heart of them, right? You don't want to be with anyone else. You want to be with them, right? That's a twin flame sign. Number 4 is they continuously reveal themselves to be your perfect complement in life, right? They continuously reveal themselves to be your twin flame, right? As you continue to know each other, work together, maybe you do inner work together, it becomes clear that they are your perfect complement, right? You fit, you're yin and yang. That's your twin flame. Number 5, as you're walking your spiritual path, as you're doing your inner work, as you walk your ascension journey, it points to them, right? And I don't mean it literally physically points to them all the time. Oh, I arrived at this coffee shop and he was there, right? Maybe that does happen sometimes. It probably has happened to you a time or two if you're on the twin flame journey. But what I'm really speaking to is they bring up the next thing you need on your spiritual path, right? They give you the next piece you need to learn on your journey. And when they do this, that means they can continue to go deeper on your spiritual path, right? And they're with you there, right? And as you go deeper, it just makes sense to continue to come closer to them, right? And that's one that it might take some experience of being on the twin flame ascension journey to be clear on, but you will see, right? Your path has always pointed to them on a core level. So Number 6, and this one is one of my favorites to talk about. It's not necessarily a sensation of falling in love with them, but it's almost like as you get to know them and you are around them, it's you realizing that you're in love with them, you awakening to the fact that you're in love with them, and this sense that maybe you always have been in love with them, right? And that's like your soul remembering how you were created with them, to be with them, right? And so it feels like you're waking up to the love between you, right? And maybe that's a slow go, or maybe it's like all at once, right? But your soul is remembering that's your person, right? So it doesn't feel like falling into some new love and getting to know a new person. It's more like, oh, it was you all along, right? So number 7 is a really juicy one. Anytime you make love with this person, it is exactly what you need, right? And that, don't mistake that with it being a certain way or having this certain expectation every time you guys come together and are intimate with each other. What it does mean is whatever your heart needs at that time, whatever your soul needs, are perfectly met there when you come together with your twin flame. And it might be different every time. You might need a little bit of a different energy every time, but they always match you there, right? Including if you're having upsets and blocks come up in your sexuality and sensual expression, your twin flame helps you there, right? They give you the next step when you come together, right? To go deeper into your love. So number 8 is the universe, like as you heal, right, the blocks to coming together, right? So everyone enters a twin flame journey and they have these obstacles or these reasons that they can't be with their twin flame or why it's difficult. But as you heal the spiritual root of those things, it's almost like the universe is conspiring to bring you together, right? God is divinely directing you to come together, right? That is a very strong twin flame sign, because the truth is your divine creator, God, the universe, source, wants your union to happen even more than you do, right? So when you release the blocks, release the limiting beliefs, release the fears and whatever's holding you back, it's so easy to come together, right? And that's one, again, another sign where you might need to be on the spiritual journey for a little while, healing your blocks for that to be super clear to you, but it will happen, right? And it will become very clear to you who your twin flame is throughout that process, okay? So now looking at the next one, you choose, this is sign number 9, I think we're on. When you choose to be with your twin flame, right? Not to be with Joe or Amy or Jose or whatever, right? When you choose to be with your twin flame, that person continuously reveals themselves to be your twin flame, to show up in that space in your life with you, right? Oh, that's another fine line, right? We're not choosing to go after this person. You're choosing to be with your ultimate lover, your twin flame. And when you choose that, they are there. They arrive, if you will. So the next one is another one that I like to talk about a lot too. Number 10 is you naturally grow together with this person, right? They're mirroring your growth too. They meet you there as well. Your development as a human being, as a soul, right? There's never a point where you're a mismatch. You're always a vibrational match. And now some people get confused with this because they think, oh, but I'm the awakened spiritual one, and they're not, so they have some catching up to do, right? Well, you might have like spiritual awareness and a spiritual knowledge, but that doesn't mean you're not a vibrational match. And that doesn't mean they're more or less mature than you. Okay. And when you look at your one consciousness holistically, if you think that there's a place where they need to catch up, there's probably a place where they think you need to catch up too, right? But it's going to be clear as you heal the blocks, And honestly, as you work with your ascension coach, they're going to help you see clearly what you need to heal. And when you heal those things, you're going to see for yourself that your true twin flame is meeting you there, is the same as you. So the next one, which is also, I don't know, I like them all, but I really like this one too, is that it's very easy for you guys to just be instant best friends, right? And that's because all of the above, right? There really isn't friction in who you guys are at the core. When you're just your true self, it's so easy to be best friends together, right? You just get each other. And even if that doesn't appear to happen on the surface right away, when you do connect, there's comes a point where you realize, oh, this is fun. This is like my best friend sitting in front of me or on the other side of the phone or whatever, right? So number 12 is there's balance in the relationship, right? And I'm not talking about a transactional kind of balance. I'm talking about the fact that you both truly love each other, right? It's not that you're going after this person who wants absolutely nothing to do with you and you can feel that deep down in your heart, right? It's that when you feel deep down into your heart, you know that they care and you know that they love you and you know that there's equality there in how you regard each other, okay, and how you feel about each other. Even if on the surface you might not be talking or you're taking a little break or they're exploring some other relationship, the core of your being, how they feel about you and they know how you feel about them and there's love there, right? So number 13, we're already on the last one. I always lose my place when I look at the paper. Number 13 is the important one and you probably heard about it, but we're going to reiterate it here, and it's that your twin flame mirrors you perfectly, right? When you're honest with yourself. And I'm going to be honest with you, a lot of people have blocks to actually being honest with themselves about this, and that's okay, right? There's nothing wrong with that. I had blocks there too, but when you're real with yourself, when you're doing the work, and frankly probably like when your coach helps you, right, be real about yourself, you yourself are going to see, oh, this person is mirroring me, right? They're mirroring what I like about myself. Even in the things that I'm not too crazy about that they do, there's a mirror there for me to look at. I can see where that exists somewhere inside of me too, right? They perfectly mirror you because you share one consciousness, right? So now, if you listen to these, right, because I remember this video is inspired by the one that my teachers did, and I linked it below, right? But if you listen to this and you're like, I'm not sure I know my twin flame well enough to verify all of that, right? That's okay. It's really okay. All you have to do right now is follow that golden thread in your heart and where it's guiding you, right? That feeling of love in your heart, that feeling of passion to be with your twin flame, that connection that inspired you, right? This isn't a game where you have to think it through and get the right answer and come to the correct awareness about them. It's more like you have to trust where the love in your heart is guiding you. And when you move with where the love in your heart is guiding you and you fully explore it and you heal all of the things it brings up, right? And again, work with an ascension coach to do that. It becomes clear what your next step is, and it becomes clear if it's a different person. It becomes clear who your next step is too, right? Or it becomes clear that person really is my twin flame, right? So just follow that path of love in your heart and where it's guiding you, because the love in your heart isn't stupid. It has purpose, right? The love in your heart is telling you something. It's something your soul is communicating to you that you need to listen to. And if you don't listen to it, you're not going to get anywhere, right? So listen to the love in your heart, move in that direction, right? And see what happens. Now, to work with a certified twin flame ascension coach to help you get real clear about all of these, my beautiful list that I have of the 13 different signs, you can look below, right? You can even work with me and we'll meet together and we're gonna get clear on where you are at in your twin flame journey right now and what the path to your union is, right? And how in that path we can get, if it's clarity you're seeking with these signs, and how we can get the clarity, right? You might already have the clarity, but how we can get you into your union so it's sustainable and physical and really beautiful and healthy for you, because everybody deserves that. So check it out below. If you got something from the video, go ahead and like it, and I will see you next time.